I feel like I keep learning the importance of complimenting the kids, in your life. It's Rob and Liz. Harlan's filling in for Liz this week as she's on vacation on his radio. So I don't know if you practice this at all, because I stink at it. I'm sorry. I have to search to do that for my kids, because they're great. They're really incredible. And so maybe I do it and don't know it, but I don't feel like I do it enough. Because it seems like when you do a compliment for your kids, it really helps with character. I was reading about this. I saw this big laundry list of things, like compliment on obedience and respect, being a part of the family and contributing to the family, and the efforts of things that they do, their sense of style, even if you don't like their style. If it's a cool sense of style, it's like, okay, I like what you're doing with that thing. And I'm thinking, not just the kids, but anybody in life. Am I even doing that enough,
Complimenting does not come easy to me. And so I have to think about it a lot with my kids, with my husband, just the people around me. Rob, you're doing a great job.
Thanks. What about that? I'll take that. I receive them really well. Just like that. I'll take one. Best compliment you've ever received. How about you, Harlan?
So I was sitting at a grocery store and, my son was throwing a tantrum on the grocery store floor. I didn't get the right cereal. He wanted the one, with the tiger on the box or whatever. And this random stranger came by and she was like, "You're doing a great job." And I was like, oh, because, we internalize this tantrum as my fault. I'm doing something wrong. My kid's being obnoxious. Everybody's judging me.
Right.
I'm that mom right now. And she walked by and said, "You're doing a great job." And I just took a sigh of relief and just, okay.
How nice is that?
Okay. I got this. And it changed the entire perspective of my day.
That's good. Harlan.
Yes.
You're doing a great job.
You too, Rob.
Yeah, thanks.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Hearing about compliments today at 800-447-7234. We're hearing from Tammy. If I understand this correctly, Tammy, you got a different kind of compliment. What happened?
I'd have to say the weirdest compliment that I've ever gotten was by my high school English teacher. In my senior year, we had to give a speech as our final, and I finally put so much work into it. I wasn't like the best student, so I put so much work into it, worked really hard, and when I finished my speech, he said, "Wow, your voice is so soothing." And I came to find out that he didn't listen to anything I said, so he gave me an A anyways.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So here's the thing. The cops show up, and they come up to a trash can that's making noise. It's the weirdest thing. Search warrant in hand. Video is rolling. They have to capture it. The cop knocks on the can and runs, and out pops up the bandit with a mask on, which is a raccoon.
A raccoon. Not an alien like you would think in the video. It literally looks like he's knocking and running away.
Yeah, the police officer is running. He knocks on the can, the garbage can, runs, and out from the little flap in front of the garbage can that opens up, there's the raccoon. Mask and all, they call him a bandit who surrendered peacefully.
Why do you need a search warrant for that?
I know, right? It's all over their Facebook page. It's a police officer up in Michigan.
What are our tax dollars paying for exactly? An
to
officer
come and
was
get a
called.
bandit like that.
Trash can outside.
Mm-hmm.
You can't knock on your own trash can yourself and run away just like the
cop
cop
on.
did?
It is a raccoon. Would you go out near... I can see Harlan now running out and taking care of the raccoon in her trash can.
No, I'd call Paul.
That's
my
her husband.
Can you come get this raccoon out? We know it's a raccoon.
And what would Paul do?
He'd do the same thing the cop did.
Knock on it and run?
Except he didn't need a search warrant.
Yeah, right?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Harlan is filling in for Liz this week.
And I am so confused. I know you never want to start a marriage in debt, but a wedding for $500, I find virtually impossible.
But somebody figured it out, sounds like.
They did. Kira and Joel, under $500, their entire wedding. Her dress, $47. She just ordered it online, and then she got it altered And it's a gorgeous dress. Like, it doesn't look like a $47 dress.
Because usually what? Aren't these things thousands of dollars for wedding dresses normally?
I mean, on sale, $900 is not a bad price.
And she found one for $47. Amazing.
$47.
So there's one thing she was able to keep it
Right.
for under $500.
Right. So you save money on some things, but all the things, like her wedding location, was gorgeous. So they pulled up on the side of a road with a gorgeous view, put out the chairs, and there they had a wedding right there
For real.
in the mountains of California. Absolutely gorgeous, completely free venue. That's where they saved money. And then they went to a restaurant and everybody paid for themselves.
Nice. So the reception was at a restaurant.
Yeah, just
Nice.
easy. You know, they bought the cake, the flowers, and they had a wedding for under $500. I just don't think that I could have done that.
They did, though.
They did.
They
I'm
figured it out.
proud of them for not starting a marriage in debt.
Well, and here's the thing. Because of how they did this, I don't think most people at the wedding is going to forget that wedding.
No.
They'll remember. Oh, remember when so-and-so, what's her name? Kira?
Kira
What's the dude's name?
and Joel.
So remember when Kira and Joel just pulled off the side of the road and had a wedding ceremony and brought their own chairs?
That was awesome.
You'll remember that.
The problem with that, though, is then they're going to expect their kids to have a wedding that cheap, too.
No.
Yes, they're going to be
No,
like,
they won't.
Kira and Joel did it, so you can do it, too. It doesn't have to be expensive.
Okay.
But I'm like, I got to have all the things.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Laura's along with us this morning at 800-447-7234. If I understand this right, Laura, you had like an epiphany, a moment, and it just came to the realization in your mind, what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing right now. What is it?
So I was driving to work one morning and got to the four-way stop sign and stopped and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and realized no cars were coming and that stop sign was not going to turn green.
Oh, my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, you had quite the moment there, huh? What happened when you figured it out?
Luckily, I was alone, but yeah, I was like, wow, you better go get some coffee before you try to do any real work. And thank God there weren't so many people around and just driving into people.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Mosquitoes. I don't know if you like mosquitoes. I don't know if they're your friend. I don't like mosquitoes. They leave marks on me. I'd seem to attract them. I don't know about you. So I'm from Florida, and mosquitoes can be bad in Florida, especially this time of the year, okay? So here's what they've done. They've genetically, this sounds so Jurassic Park, they've genetically altered some male mosquitoes. They're going to test this in Florida. They're going to release millions of these male mosquitoes because some mosquitoes can carry some really deadly viruses. And so they want to counter that. So these male mosquitoes, their goal in life is to find a wife, get married, have kids, and their children are supposed to not be able to carry any of the deadly viruses.
That's insane. It's
I know.
going to work?
They're hopeful. That's why they're testing it to see if it will work.
So it's not going to kill them off? We can't just do that?
Well, you can smack one and then, it's gone.
No. I'm saying like they can't genetically make it happen so that they just all die and we're all done?
Well, I guess we're supposed to have mosquitoes.
Oh.
God created them in the first place, okay? Do I need to start reading Genesis to you?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Liz, who spent, 13 years saving for a vacation, is now in England. She's nuts about the Queen. As a matter of fact, she's been texting us pictures because it's like a 5-hour difference, right?
Yeah, and she's out and about already this morning.
Yeah,
running
so
around.
I wonder, I don't know if she knows this, but she's a fan of the Queen.
Yeah, like I'm scared that she's going to be stalking the Queen and trying to figure out which castle she's in.
She was at a castle, it looks like, this morning. I don't know which one that is. I should ask. Anyway, because I don't want to bother her on her vacation, although she's the one texting us. But I wonder if she knows that there is a Queen Barbie now.
Do you know how much that Barbie is?
I have no idea.
$75.
Okay, way too much.
It's a Barbie that looks like the Queen. Why?
70 years or something like that of service. And so Barbie said, we'll make a queen. We'll commemorate the thing. Here's what I learned. They're already sold out.
Who buys that?
Liz?
besides Liz.
And others that love the Queen, I would imagine.
$75 worth of the Queen, though? To have, I mean, I guess to have your Queen in your
Barbies
house.
are pretty much expensive anyway, aren't they?
No, not that much.
How much is an average Barbie? I have no idea.
Like $20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is a Barbie that you wouldn't touch because once you touch her, she loses all value. So this is a Barbie that has to stay in her box, pristine.
Carolyn's thinking
know.
investment.
I mean, that's the only reason. But then it's just one of those creepy dolls that stands in the corner.
A creepy doll in the corner, the Queen. Don't tell Liz.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Elon Musk is homeless. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Harlan filling in for Liz as she's on vacation this week.
Elon says he doesn't like to spend money on personal consumption, and so he doesn't own a house. In fact, when he travels, he crashes at his friend's house. So he couch surfs, essentially. Doesn't actually own a home, doesn't live there, just lives with friends.
That's so interesting to hear because I hear the word homeless and I'm thinking, what I used to be when I was a teenager. I had no place, but I had no money like Elon Musk, that he just doesn't have a home.
Oh, he owns a plane. He could live on that if he didn't have anywhere else to go.
That's probably a fancy plane for sure. You're right about that.
But he tends to stay with his friends, sleep on the couch, or in their guest house, probably. I don't know. But he's worth $219 billion, and he doesn't own a home.
He doesn't own a home.
You're not sleeping on my couch.
I wonder why he's doing. You know what? I wonder. You say that in jest, but I wonder if I invite the dude over. Go, hey, Elon. You don't know me. You got nice cars. You have the Tesla thing, and space. Hey, if you need a place to crash when you're ever in town, I got a nice couch. Mm-hmm. Wonder if he would even take me up on the offer.
You got to add in exchange. You got to let me ride on your plane.
Nah, I don't care about that stuff.
No, you don't want to go on a plane ride?
No.
Nowhere.
I'm not
You don't
at least
wanna
I need to go somewhere, but I'm not going to go and say, hey, dude, let me go on your plane.
Tradesies.
Trade what?
Trade my couch for your plane ride.
I've got a broken down pressure washer. Maybe you'll fix that for me.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Andy's here at 800-447-7234. What's going on, Andy?
I'll tell you what, I just was watching you on the Roku network thing.
I think it's so cool you're watching on Roku today.
Yeah, I watched it before, but I've always heard the music part of it in the afternoon, but I never caught the morning show until now. And now where I work at, it fits my schedule where I can listen to you guys for an hour or two, and I'm telling you, it's wonderful. And my wife and I, we just celebrated 26 years of marriage last week. I'm telling you, you guys just keep up the good work. You're doing great, Don't listen to what the enemy has to say to you because I think the best days are ahead on his radio network. I really, truly believe that with all my heart. So.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Yeah, and to celebrate 26 years, you said? 26 years of marriage? That's awesome.
That's an incredible feat, especially, now in the culture we live in.
Yeah, right?
That's awesome.
There's so much where separation and stuff like that, and you guys are just sticking it through. That is just amazing, Andy. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Andy's watching on Roku, but also you can watch on Apple TV, hisradio.com, the My His Radio app. It's all right there. If you're looking for it on Apple TV and Roku, it's His Radio TV. It's got all the things.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So I don't know if you heard, but we're giving away a block party. It's got the bounce houses, the slides, the music, the food, all that stuff. Liz even said she's bringing karaoke. And every week we're giving away a grill.
I can't tell you what a grill would be like. We're buying a house right now and just going into the backyard and just grilling food in the backyard while the kids play and the dog barks. Like, I am so excited for that feeling. Oh, what it'd be like to have a grill.
Yeah, Harlan's new, came from Houston. She and her husband and the kids are looking for a house, found one. What's the grill preference?
Gas grill.
Gas, not the charcoal.
No, I mean, not that I use the grill anyway. Like, that's clearly my husband's job. I don't do that.
Paul makes all the food in the family. Does he cook
food.
everything? I mean,
Everything.
seriously.
Everything.
Really?
I mean,
Wow.
I can make cereal.
All right. There you go.
But
See?
he'd cook, and he likes gas.
I
grill.
burn toast, and Paul cooks. That's putting everybody to shame. All right. So you could win. Text the word party, 800-447-7234. You can go to hisradio.com, the My His Radio app. You'll see the block party right there to win.